afternoon, respected judges, guests, and participants. Before I start, I would like to say thank you for giving me this incredible opportunity to speak in front of you today. My name is Varshini Rajakumaran, and I'm here to talk about the commonly spoken topic about living green. Yes, this is a major campaign by words that no one cares about. But why should we live green? The green color is a characteristic of the natural environment. It is the color associated with the natural ecosystem, forest, and where animals live. Living green is a symbol of good social order in the society. As green living has become increasingly popular, I believe it's important to note that it's not just a passing trend. It's not only the t-shirts and bags that say be green or recycle, but it's a way of living sustainably that should be practiced every day. Our planet is slowly dying, and if we don't do anything about it soon enough, it would eventually begin to deteriorate and everything would be used. The world would become a barren place without any resources. We need to change our lifestyles so it becomes beneficial to the planet and the environment. But frankly speaking, it'll benefit ourselves as well. Living green means constantly thinking of every opportunity to conserve the environment and to act on those opportunities. The natural environment is for the past generation, current generation, and future generation. Therefore, it's worth protecting and maintaining to its initial status. What green steps can you make today? Big or small, it doesn't matter. Just take a step. Every little step helps, whether it's biking to the store instead of driving, or starting a compost in your backyard, growing your own veggies, or buying local produce. Using the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce the amount of pollution. Using fluorescent bulbs, it saves energy and money too. Using both sides of the paper. Simple steps such as turning off the lights or electricity when not in use can go a long way in helping the earth. As technology improves, more and more appliances support the green lifestyle. If the little ways to living green are accomplished, the larger changes will follow. Because awareness of environmental problems have been increasing, living green has become easier. There are many services and resources devoted in helping individuals and families to live a green lifestyle. Little steps, sharing methods, and ideas is the fastest way to be green. As for the overall economic benefits, by living green, you create the economy long-term. Living green today for a healthier and safer tomorrow. We are responsible for keeping our earth healthy, clean, and safe for the future generations. Thank you and have a great day.
Hi, Varshini. You did a fantastic job. Your passion really came through. But more than the passion, I'm really loving the topic that you've selected because it has a lot of value. Because you're right, we have to be responsible today for the future. So a lot of the content you provided with us, the facts, the examples were well taken, and you did a fantastic job. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mahisha Dayanandan, and today I'll be talking about the Nobel Peace Prize. We constantly hear about strong activists, groundbreaking research done by scientists, hardworking politicians, organizations that are changing the world one step at a time, and more. But did you know that there's an award that recognizes the effort these individuals put into contributing to the world? You're probably wondering what this honorable award is. It is the Nobel Peace Prize founded by Alfred Nobel in 1895 after his death. Alfred Nobel wrote in his will that his remaining fortunes should be invested in prizes annually to those who have made the greatest benefit on mankind. The Nobel Peace Prize is given to people who have contributed in the following categories: peace, literature, physics, chemistry, medicine, and economic science. The Nobel Peace Prize includes a distinguished medal, a diploma, and a cash award. The first person to receive the Peace Prize was Henry Dunant on December 10, 1901. He was the founder of the Red Cross, and since then, the Red Cross received the Peace Prize 3 times. Some distinguished recipients of the award are Malala Yousafzai, Martin Luther King Jr., Barack Obama, Nelson Mandela, Al Gore, Nadia Murad, and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the various reasons as why these individuals received the Peace Prize. Malala received the award for her resilient fight for children and young people, specifically women, to have the right to get an education. Barack Obama got awarded the reward for his efforts to strengthen diplomacy and cooperation between people. Nelson Mandela's work in South Africa made him a recipient of the award in 1993. Nelson Mandela refused the award due to human rights violations in Turkey at that time. In 2019, James P. Allison and Tahasku Onjo got awarded the Peace Prize for discovering cancer therapy. Marie Curie was a Polish scientist and was the first person to receive the Peace Prize twice, first in the category of physics and later in chemistry. The Nobel Peace Prize has been given out 99 times to Nobel laureates between 1901 to 2018, between 106 individuals and 27 organizations. The Peace Prize is truly an honor for all recipients and is an inspiration to the upcoming generations to feel empowered and encouraged to make an impactful mark on our world. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.
Hi, Mahisha. I enjoyed that. I can see how passionate you are about this topic. You do, right? Yeah. I can see you getting one too. There was a word that was used earlier when we saw you. We're like a small person with a lot of power, and I can see that you're like with your voice, your tone, your gestures, the way you're looking at everybody, the volume. Very, very powerful. And I love the fact that you used all the facts and your pronunciation was really good. You memorized quite a lot, and I enjoyed it. Loved everything about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Myrason Dayanandan, and today I'll be talking about children in need in Africa. While more than half of all food produced in Canada is wasted, there is a growing concern about population growth and famine crises in other parts of the world. In Africa, children are experiencing food shortages more often. But why do we need to care? Imagine these children becoming our next CEO of Amazon, next US president, or even our next Canadian Prime Minister. But if you don't take action for these children, we won't have a bright future. Natural droughts and famine crises can often strike infants under the ages of 4 to 5, and they'll often get sick due to starvation and lack of clean water. I'd like to start off by explaining the correlation between starvation and malnutrition. Malnutrition means if children aren't getting enough nourishment that's essential for growth and energy, it means there's a lack of nutrients, or commonly known as malnutrition. The food needs to have enough nutrients to keep the child motivated and energetic. Drinking dirty water can also lead to harmful bacteria entering the digestive system. People in Africa are poor because of the past. Slavery was very common up until the 1870s, and this has affected many low-income African families to this day. They will not have the opportunity to treat their child with the necessary medical equipment because of the costs. This heartbreaking reality can fortunately be changed with the help of us outsiders. Over 1.5 million charities are fundraising in Africa and are specializing in things such as agriculture and clean drinking water. But they use different tactics and ways though. For instance, one popular method is to buy and use apps and ads on social media apps for users to see globally and internationally in over 180 countries. But a more phenomenon method using still today is to putting food banks, clothing banks, toy banks, etc. around shopping malls and schools so shoppers and students can help contribute to this effort. All this hard work and effort can soon change Africa a better place than it is today. We can all change Africa, and soon in less than 25 years, Africa will be blooming. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hi.
Hi.
That was a great speech. I love your tone variation. I liked how you gave certain punches on certain points. It really allowed me to kind of grasp those statistics. Very informative. You gave a lot of key evidences to deliver your message, which was great. Everything was wonderful. Just the next step, which I think would kind of bring everything together, is if you slow it down a little. It would give people some time to really understand what you're saying. But so much information, right? But when you slow down, again, it'll just hit home. Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Adani Patiban. Today I'll be discussing about problems the elderly face in moments of their life. Are there any seniors in this crowd? Well, I have a speech for you. Hello everyone, I'm going to discuss some problems that the elderly face in crucial moments in their life. Many people look forward to retirement, viewing it as a time to finally relax, slow down, and peacefully enjoy life. While it's true that the golden years, bright summers and white winters, can be some of the best years of life, there are still some significant challenges. Let me list some of the most common problems faced by seniors. Physical and mental health. Many older adults maintain good health and are fully able to function both physically and mentally well into their later years. However, the biological effects of aging do lead to more physical and mental health problems among the senior population than in younger age groups. As we age, muscles and bones begin to weaken. We lose eyesight and hearing, and mobility often becomes limited. Seniors also suffer from dementia, including Alzheimer's disease, which affects about 10% of people over the age 65, increasing to 32% of people 85 and older. Due to physical and mental health conditions, about 2/3 of all people 65 or older need assistance with at least one daily living activity, such as bathing or preparing a meal. Declining health can be difficult for many older adults to accept, as they wonder how long they will be able to do things they enjoy and fear losing their independence. Elder abuse. It's hard to tell exactly how many seniors are affected by elder abuse due to the fact that few report it. It's estimated, however, that at least 10% of older North Americans have suffered from at least one form of abuse, which amounts to hundreds of thousands of cases per year. Sadly, some seniors are victims of abuse committed by their own relatives. Such abuse involves physical or sexual violence, psychological or emotional abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation. Elder abuse poses a serious health problem for those affected, and it may even increase their chances of dying. Staying closely involved in your loved one's life can help prevent them from being abused or taken advantage of. So you can help your loved ones with their problems by taking care of them, helping them, and loving them. So you don't need a doctor nearby when you can be a doctor yourself for someone else. Make sure to stay happy and ready and always ready to lend a hand. Remember the Native American proverb, honor your elders, for they have the wisdom to teach what we have not learned yet. Thank you.
Hi, Anthony. You did a very good job. You really did. I liked the content. It was so thought-provoking. It really made me think about other perspectives, issues I didn't really know all that much about that you helped inform. So very well done. I liked how you end with the powerful quote, so that's always good. And it just shows like you have a very big heart and you researched this really well. So very good job. You had a good delivery, okay? Good job.
Nowadays, it is almost impossible to live without technology. But it's the use of we can talk to people who live miles away, pay bills, and manage bank accounts. But it's the use of technology making us feel alone? That is the real question. Good afternoon to everyone present here. Today, I'm here to talk about a topic which is worth discussing about. Is technology making us feel connected or socially isolated? Have you ever noticed that even for the slightest amount of downtime, that at parties or get-togethers, people turn to their phones as means of escaping reality? People think that by using their phones, they're not alone, but they're wrong. The irony is that we have become even more disconnected from the outside world. Technology has making us much alone because we are too dependent on them. When we get too attached to them, one of the things that can happen is that we start to compare our lives with the lives of others, and we start to judge ourselves with the number of likes and followers someone else has. Recent researchers revealed that people who are alone are subjected to death more than 26% than an average person. Let me tell you a fact. Did you know an average American spends about 5 hours a day on their phone, with majority of being social media? Social media used on phone is becoming so prevalent that some major cities are beginning to create only mobile phone only walking lanes to accommodate our addiction and a constant need to be glued to our screens. With the emergence of new internet language, emojis and abbreviated words have started to dominate our social networks and other sources of online information. This means that we have forgotten how to communicate in traditional written form, and we have lessened the value of our true emotions by using emojis and icons to describe how we are feeling. So this means that we are setting ourselves for even more bigger trouble as we're getting used to a new way of being alone together. A recent study showed that people would like to spend time on their phone than talk to someone. Across the generations, people think that they can get enough attention from their friends only if they can have each other at a distance. It is like the Goldilocks effect, not too far, not too close, just right. According to Sherry Tuckle in one of her TED Talks, human relationships are very rich, very messy, and very demanding. And we claim them about using technology. And when we do, one of the things that can happen is that we sacrifice our relationships for mere connection. So now, we all need to focus on bringing back our relationships, our community, and our real lives. So in conclusion, by spending an abundance time on our technology, it would lead us to places we would not like to go, as our devices are so psychologically strong that they do not change only what we do, but change who we are as a society. Thank you for listening.
Hi, Janushan.
Hi.
Thank you for that speech. It was very thought-provoking. I loved how you focused on a current topic. It made us be reflective on how we use technology and does it really connect us or disconnect us to our loved ones. I loved how you used facts and statistics. You didn't only use that, but you also told us where it came from, so the sources such as TED Talks, which is great. I think moving forward, if you reduced your speed just a little bit, I think it'll help with the clarity and pronunciation, and we were able to see that you memorized your speech, but I think slowing it down would allow you to process it a little bit more clearer to deliver it to your audience. But overall, great speech. Thank you.
Thank you.
Imagine waking up every morning in the fear of never knowing what will happen. Imagine living in a country where your security and safety was gambled with. And imagine living a life on the run. This is what the Tamils in Sri Lanka faced. They faced harsh and unimaginable living conditions while being treated like outcasts. The war took our home and our happiness and forced us to flee to seek asylum. Today, and in this moment, I'll be talking about the challenges and overcoming of our community in Canada. The struggles endured by our people cannot be described in simple words. The difficult past has paved the indescribable journey of our people to seek out for their freedom and safety in foreign lands. During the years of war, there were multiple barriers to access education, basic healthcare, and the necessities needed for survival due to constant displacement. These barriers costed many lives and has left permanent scars on the living. In my family, I can tell you that I lost my grandmother in the war because she was refused medication and treatment as a diabetic patient. This impacted not only my mother's life, but it has also changed our life forever. The everyday lives of the people were lived in fear, in the fear of never knowing when a bomb would blast, in the fear of never knowing if they would live to see another day, and in the fear of never knowing if they would see their family member ever again. But through all of these struggles, they managed to escape and search for a new and better life. Their journey for a new life was difficult. They walked miles barefoot, cycled for hours, sat on cramped buses filled with hundreds of people, and traveled by water in hope to escape. Many of their journeys costed them their lives, and the challenges only grew as they came to Canada. The transition to a new country is not simple. Many people, including my parents, were culture shocked, and finding their new rhythm was difficult. From the language barrier, the weather, the diversity, and the lifestyle are all challenges they had to overcome. The challenges of solidifying their identities, adapting to the various barriers, and raising a family in foreign lands was difficult. When my parents first came to Canada, they felt alone and homesick. When my parents first came to Canada, they couldn't speak English fluently, and the lifestyle was completely different from what it was in Sri Lanka. Many, including my parents, started from rock bottom with nothing and worked hard to make ends meet. They worked hard to live and provide for their family, and they had worked tireless hours so we could get a better future. Through all of these obstacles, our Canadian Tamil community has achieved a lot, from MPs, doctors, to the social activists that are continuing to educate our community and strengthening our roots in foreign lands. We have grown, adopted, and established to identify ourselves, our culture, and our deep, rich history. The perseverance and success of our people has put us on the map and makes us feel empowered to embrace our roots and hold true to who we are as Tamil Canadians. To hear their challenges and to see their children succeed and achieve new heights is the greatest overcoming for our people who fled their homeland in search for a new life with security and freedom. Their sacrifices were countless, but the fruit of their labor have bloomed to demonstrate the value of their struggles. Our Canadian Tamil community has endured many struggles, has adapted to the various barriers, and has accomplished a lot of great things. Our community is continuing to reach new heights. The deep, rich history and the traditions of our culture is embedded in our society. This will grow and strengthen as the years pass. We, the Tamil community, will continue to flourish and succeed. For decades, our people have been set constraints used to break and diminish us as a group. Yet despite the circumstances, we continued and still continue to push the boundaries and break them, yet growing as one of the most successful and prosperous immigrant communities today. Thank you.
Hi, Bhavin.
Hi.
That was very well delivered. I think it's a very important topic, and you had a lot of passion, and it speaks so true to so many of our experiences. And you're so compassionate to understand and recognize the sacrifices, the struggles, but to also acknowledge the platform we have today, how far we've come, and looking into the future, you're coming up with ways in which we can do more and as a community do better. So that I thought the whole speech was very well delivered. The only thing was the speed. That was the only thing. You had amazing rhetorical devices. You used pathos, you used anecdotes, you used repetition, the power of three, listing it all. Everything was amazing. It was just a little too fast. That was the only thing. So next time when you have a stage and you have the platform to voice your ideas, your opinions, slow it down so everyone can absorb it, okay? Very well done.
Thank you so much.